Welcome everyone. A new month has just resetted, and this is the right after reset on the Asian server. Let's have a look at what happened on the 1st of December with Asian server. So the first thing is the 6th of Day event has started, and there will be 300 primal gems. And after that, there's a new Zone League quest. So you have to be adventure level 40 and completing some of the prerequisite, which do require us to have the level, I believe it was one of the quests from Lyring Harbor. So you have to finish those to be able to play this one. And finally guys, the most important part is going to be the Paimon shop reset. Let's have a look at the most important characters. So we're getting a Barbara, we're getting a Kaya for 34 star Glinter, also 5 different royal type weapons. Keep in mind all the weapons do change every month and the characters also change every month. The star exchange has not changed, so basically everything's the same on the star exchange. And as usual guys, we know what are the must buys. I think I bought the wrong one. I should have bought the Interturn Fate first. So I'll have enough for the last one after Zonely. I'm hoping I get Zonely. So basically guys, the must buys for the Star Dust is gonna be the Interturn and the Quintet Fate. Those are the best buys, and we always buy those because, you know, if you have the currency, you buy those. If you don't have those, you buy the Interturn Fate first. Those are more rare than the Quintet Fate, and after buy the Quintet Fate. So coming to the Star Glinter shop, those are much more scarce. Notice I only have 15 of those. Likely I'll have over 34, but I'm not sure if I'll buy Barbara. I probably won't buy Kaya because, I mean, come on guys, let's be honest here. It was Kaya's birthday yesterday though. So it was his birthday yesterday on the 30th, and he made it onto this one on the next day. What a coincidence. But let's have a look at Barbara first. Let's have a look at Barbara. Why you might be wanting for Barbara. Barbara coming over here, we can see her constellations. A lot of us, similar to me, would have at least 2 Barbaras. So the first constellation of Barbara is not bad for the 10 energy, or the 1 energy every 10 seconds. The second energy reduced the cooldown of her spell Let the Show Begin. And also during the duration, the active character gains 15% Hydro damage bonus. This is actually no joke if you're going for a main character like Child, or if you're going for a main character like Mona. This is actually a lot of damage. So if we come to Let the Show Begin, the cooldown is actually pretty sizable. So it is a 32-second cooldown. And if you reduce the cooldown of this one, it's actually pretty decent. Just because, you know, you're reducing that by 15 seconds. How much is that? That's about 5 seconds. So from 32 seconds to 27 seconds. Maths. Losing my maths ability here. So also 15 increased Hydro damage bonus is quite decent. So if you're using Barbara as a support, and if you also have Hydro characters that does damage, like Shinchi for the 4 stars, like, you know, Mona for the 5 star, Child for the 5 star, this could be decent if you're unlocking level 2. If you're unlocking level 3, this is just a level 3, not a big deal. This one, level 4, every enemy Barbara hit with her charge attack generate 1 energy for her. And not a powerful one because Barbara usually don't stay on the field to hit a lot of times. So Constellation 4 is not a big deal. And finally, if you guys didn't know, Constellation 6 is actually pretty massive. What that means is, when Barbara's on the party but not on the field, so she's on the team, and anyone dies, they will be instantly revived with 100% HP. This can only recur every 15 minutes though. Now right away, you might think, hey, it's a really long cooldown, and why do I need revive? I can just use items, I can go to the Shire to get fully healed. This is really powerful for the Spire abuse, because in the floors, you cannot use items, you cannot do anything to revive a dead character. And having Barbara on the team means this is achievable. And a small tip guys, if you play the Spire Abuse, if this went on cooldown, let's say you have Constellation 6 Barbara, she revived the character, relog off the game and come back into the game, and this will reset the 15-minute cooldown. So you don't have to wait for 15 minutes for the next floor and next revive. So relog if this procs, and then Barbara will have a full heal every floor. And this is so powerful. So if I'm thinking of getting Barbara, maybe for the Constellation 2, if I'm going for a character that is also using Hydro, and maybe for Constellation 6, just for the revive. Other than that, I don't think it's worth it to go with a Barbara Constellation. Now, if you haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so. Make sure you also turn the bell on for the latest news as I find more of them for us. You can see that we're really dedicated for Genshin Impact. We'll have builds, guides, tips, news, and events updates for everything that's Genshin Impact related. Now, coming to the next part, we have new weapons. I mean, they're not new weapons, they're a rotation of a set of new weapons. Keep in mind, all of them have the same title, the Royal series, the Royal Sword series. So notice all of them have the same title. We're going to compare the damage first. And the best way to compare them is over here. We can see 4 of those weapons. It's 42, 43, 44, 42. So the Catalyst has the highest damage. And also if we look at the spear, let's see how much damage it has. It has 44. So the highest base attack is 42. The lowest base attack is 42. The highest is 44 with the spear and also Catalyst. And as for the special effect, it's the same for all of the spears. They have a secondary for attack percentage increase. And also for each of the Royal Series weapons, the secondary stats grow by 6% each time you ascend or each time you limit break the weapon. So this is the same for all the weapons. I double checked over here. Although the base damage can be different, the damage factor over here are the same. So we can see the 6% over here. Now as for the special effect of the weapon, we can see that by dealing damage to the enemy, whether it's spells, whether it's normal attack, you'll increase your critical rate by 8% up to 5 times. So 40% increase critical rate if you're dealing a lot of damage in short instance. A lot of the spear characters attack really fast, some of the spells does continuous damage, and sometimes the ultimate can do, constant damage. So while you're getting the high critical rate, if you hit a critical hit, this resets. So if you continue to damage enemies, this kind of increase your critical rate not exactly by 40%, maybe by at least 8 to 10 or 16% at least. So this is quite nice if you're going for someone that needs higher base attack or who has higher base attack and also who can benefit from higher attack and also needs critical rate. Just to see exactly how strong this weapon can be if you're planning to refine this one to level 3 or level 4, you can see it starts with 8% critical rate, it goes to 10 and 16% on the maximum level. Now maximum level is pretty insane because if you're on 16% critical rate and get 5 stacks, you're all of a sudden on 80% critical rate. So within 5 damage instance of the enemy, you're guaranteed to crit. And sometimes even less, maybe even 2 attack or 3 attack, you're guaranteed to have 1 crit. And what this makes possible is, you might not even have to build any critical rate on your gears. You just build for critical damage and everything goes into damage increase. And because of this increased critical rate by so much, eventually, you will crit every 3 or 4 attacks. Now the bigger question is, are those weapons worth it or if they're good? So what you can see is, I'm looking for all the weapons that has the secondary attack stats. And you can see some of the weapons is the Lion's Roar, which is the up banner rate item. And you can see some of the 5 stars with attack stats. So in general, what I can see is there isn't that many options for weapons with the attack percentage stats. And after looking at the secondary stats for the weapons, I think those weapons are above average in the 4-star category. They're not the strongest. Usually the strongest give critical rate or critical damage right away in the secondary stats. And also they have a special effect like doing AoE damage, sucking enemies in, or giving you special stats. So in my opinion, those weapons are definitely above average. You get attack percentage, you get critical rate. But depending on exactly if you need those, is going to base on the fact if you can refine them a little higher. I think they really become powerful over the 8%, maybe the 10 or 12%, they really become powerful. And in order to do so, guys, you're expecting to spend anywhere from 24 to, I guess, 72 of the stack linter. It is doable if you spend, quite a bit of summons on the Zonly banner and you plan for a strong weapon. And this weapon is actually not bad for Zonly if you're not using the 5 stars. He can get the attack, he can get the critical rate, and the base attack is quite decent. But keep in mind, guys, those are very scarce resources. What I usually recommend is always check the character first, and not this one. This one is usually the free one. The second one, like Barbara, is usually the special one. After that, after you check the character, decide if you need the character, then go for the weapon. But if you're thinking of the weapon and if you're not buying a lot of those for, you can buy 3 of them, you can wait for them next month. There's no need to rush because those resources are so scarce, I'm still sitting on 15. And after that, after you have decided weapons, don't get baited by those. I always say those things drop on the floor and sometimes people don't even pick it up. No, people do pick it up, but this is not worth it. This is such a bait. And come on, who's gonna buy those? I want to see the stats. You know, there's a newsletter. I want to see the stats if anyone ever got baited by those. I'm sure some of the new characters might need them, or new players, but within a week or two in the game, you don't need those anymore. So to summarize this video, we have the new events on the first day of December. The first one is going to be the legendary historical Zone Li side quest, and also after that we have Seize the Day for 300 Primogems. And finally, we have the shops resetted with the Barber as a special character in the shop and a series of rare weapons. We talk about those in a little more details because I want to reveal the weapons, I want to talk about the potential and the special stats. Hopefully you guys find it helpful, and here we go, the shop resetted. Very nice. We got 2 events, and I'll be streaming later for the Zone Li banner when we summon them and when we try zoning out. Now if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and also turn the little bell on for the latest news. I'll be looking towards to make more builds, guides, tips and news and event updates for us as we come further into the game. And as always, I wish you guys the best of luck with Genshin and have the most fun in exploring this wonderful world.